Hi everyone, welcome to segment 2. In segment 2 we're going to look at PDFs. So I hope you took some time to learn and play around with docs right in Google and you looked at how a snow day is declared article. But now we're going to move on to PDFs. Let's click on this link right here. So I'll do a little walkthrough of PDF and I'll give you some time to play after segment 2 video is finished. So you're going to click on that and it's going to open up. PDFs are a little different. It's going to open up in your Google Docs. And you could technically open the features of read and write and try and work with it right up here with this puzzle piece. But I'm going to show you a little something different, and this is really important for those students you have doing EQAO or OSSLT with read and write. You're going to open with right here, read and write, right here. Now, if you have never done this before, you might get some things that pop up that ask you to install something called text help, and you might have to allow a few things and agree to a few things. At this point of the video, pause it, do those things, and install it, and then things will work properly and it'll work like you're seeing right here. So do that and then we'll move on from here. So now we're into the PDF about Canada vowing to reclaim the title for biggest moose. So all I did was open with read and write right here, and the document opens, and some of those similar tools for read and write are open here at the top. Not all the same tools, but basically a lot of the same tools because the PDF's a little bit of a different document. And again, you can just press play and it's going to start reading that document from the top, and you can pause or stop that reading at any point. And that's totally fine, and that's what most people want to do. However, especially for things like OSSLT or EQAO, you want to really teach students to use the screenshot reader. On a lot of PDFs, there's writing on the side, there's headers, there's page numbers, there's a lot of different things, and using the screenshot reader can eliminate all of that stuff, and you can just isolate, again, certain text, paragraphs, or entire pages, and cut out a lot of that other stuff that you find on those documents. So again, I'm just going to highlight it and let go of my mouse, and it's going to start to read.
Canada vows to reclaim title for biggest moose.
And there's nothing else I have to do there. I just highlight it, let it go. If I'm done, I can press the X. If I want to read it again, I can press play, and it will read it again. And I can click that screenshot reader again to choose new sentence, new word, whatever it might be as I go through this document. So really an awesome tool is the screenshot reader. The default voice in read and write with PDFs seems to be this guy Tom. You can change that around if you want and change the speeds here again in options. Don't really need to play with much else inside of your options, but you can change that. And then again, a lot of similar tools that we looked at in the first segment. You've got your dictionary, so we'll highlight moose, click on dictionary, it gives us a definition. If I'm still not sure, let's see the picture dictionary. Hey, and there's a moose. So picture dictionary is a cool feature. The translator, which I didn't show you in the segment 1 video, will turn any word you have into the selected language that you've chosen. So back here in options, pretty sure we're going to translate. We'll try French. Make sure we're translating to French. And then any word I click on will pop up a translation. And here we're translating moose into French. And vice versa, that could work from French to English or English to Spanish, anything else like that. And again, much like in the first segment that we looked at, you can highlight words and you can collect those words into a vocabulary list like I showed you in the first segment. I'll just do it quickly now. And there's that vocabulary list of highlighted words. Again, shows you the word, the meaning, and the different symbols that appear. Now, something that's different and new when you get into a PDF as opposed to other documents is the typewriter. This can be very useful for your students writing EQAO or OSSLT. They can actually write on those PDFs if that's something that you're interested in doing. So the typewriter is an awesome feature in PDFs. You click the typewriter, click your area, it'll make a box. The box can be moved around if you need to, or resized or whatever. And when the student writes inside of there, all these different options pop up. So they can, if it's good, they can just click yes and it'll add to the document. They can delete it. They can have it read to them. They can change the font right on your PDFs. And there it is, right in the PDFs. So a lot of times in EQAO tests, you have boxes and areas you can write. Well, you can now write right on the PDF. The typewriter is a really cool feature that I don't know if a lot of people use, but something I definitely wanted to show you today. So when you get your chance to play, that's something I would definitely take a look at. The last couple of features here are push pins, so you can add little push pins to make notes, and that brings up actually the typewriter as well, so I can make a note right on the word how right here, and then you'll see a little pin that appears right here. There's also a freehand drawing tool. Maybe you want to ask them to circle provinces in the article so they can actually take that and circle and do some circling. They can also add shapes. You might ask them to put some circles in and look at different shapes inside the document. I don't know how much you use those tools, but they're there as well. That's pretty much going to end segment 2. I just want to remind you again, one of the most important things in here would be Screenshot Reader, where you can isolate that text, and the typewriter tool, where you can actually write on the PDF and actually put words into the PDF. Not something you can do in a lot of different programs. So I hope you enjoyed segment 2. Now you're going to head back over to the class in the eHub, open your own PDF, and play around with some of the tools that I just showed you. I'll see you for segment 3.